Alright everyone, welcome back to yet another YouTube video. This video I'm going to go into another topic that people have been requesting me to talk about. And I'm going to try to keep this video a little shorter because I want to kind of see if my engagement on my videos are going to be higher if I create maybe a bit more videos, but a bit more on point, shorter videos. I tend to ramble a lot when I create my YouTube videos. This is actually my second attempt in making this video because when I was editing the first take, I felt like I was not clear enough basically on what I was trying to teach you guys. So this time I think I'm going to be a bit more I'm going to take it a bit slower and a bit more concise and clear. I'm also going to use some visuals. But anyway, the topic of this video is going to be if you should work with licensed or unlicensed casinos in regulated or unregulated markets. And I know that these terms can be very confusing. It is actually also a bit confusing for me. But the main idea here is that most of these things are usually more a matter for the operators, because at the end of the day what we want to do as an affiliate is that we want to promote the casinos that can pay us the most and can convert the best in our target market and also have the best conditions for the players, because if the casino is better, obviously the players are going to stay there. Also, there's going to be maybe like a morality aspect to this. If you are someone that only wants to promote the casinos that has the proper licensing in a country, that is going to be completely fine. Keep in mind that there's a lot of gray areas in this. I'm never suggesting you to do anything illegal, and personally I've never done anything illegal doing this, but there are some kind of fine lines because usually the licensing and the local laws and the regulations, everything is not really matching up as maybe it's supposed to be. And we also know that internet is kind of this space where, let's say in Sweden, there is a local license that is issued by the Swedish Gambling Authority that is only allowing casinos that has the Swedish license to operate in the Swedish countries. But there are also countries that doesn't have any local licenses. So it's basically an unregulated market where they are not prohibiting or banning casinos. So everything is controlled on the licensing level. Basically, I'm going to show this way more in detail soon when I'm showing my illustrations. But yeah, I just want to talk a bit about kind of why you should promote certain casinos. So I want to use the example of the UK market because I like to use that example. And I was very early in this market. I think I started in this market like 8 years ago. And when I started, the UK Gambling Commission didn't really exist at all. At least they haven't issued a license yet. So every casino that exists with a license were allowed to operate in the UK market. For example, if you had a casino license from MGA, which is the Maltese Gambling Authority, if you have a license from Curacao, even like Isle of Man, there's like Gibraltar license, there's a lot of different kind of licenses. But the important thing here was that there was no local license in the UK, so every casino could just go in there. And obviously there was also casinos operating in these markets that doesn't have any license, which is basically the black market casinos. Either they have no license or they have just like a fake license, and these are the very kind of illegal bad casinos that people should stay away from. They are paying a lot to their affiliates, mainly also because that they're not really maybe too honest to the players either. And this is the reason. And they're also not paying a lot of expensive like licensing fees and stuff like that. So let's say in the UK market, all of a sudden the local license gets issued in the UK. And if you still want to operate in the UK, first you have to withdraw from the market, you have to apply for the license, and then you can get approved or maybe denied. But the thing is that it takes a long time, it costs a lot of money, and even if you pay all of this money, there's going to be obviously the expenses of running a casino with all of this compliance stuff that is required by license is going to be way more expensive. Maybe the amount of bonuses a licensed casino can offer is going to be limited just to protect the players. So even though these casinos have a valid local license, as a player, if you see these casinos, you're going to feel like, oh, but before they had like this amazing bonus that could like double or triple my deposit, and now the bonus is super bad. They have like maybe a deposit cap every week, so you cannot put that in that much money. The max bet limit on maybe the games that they have is going to be lower, so you cannot play as much. And usually these things are to protect the players from not playing too much. But if there's a casino without a local license that is coming into the market, they can still offer high bonuses, and because they are not paying for the local license, they can also probably pay the affiliates way more, and they can also maybe just incentivize the players a bit more in order to gamble at a casino. And so it makes a lot of sense as an affiliate to promote these casinos without the local license, because the conversion rate is going to be higher, because the bonuses are going to be better, and like I mentioned before, you can get more money from the affiliate program. So it's a pretty hard balance, what you should do. For example, I was doing the Brazilian market. I am still doing it, but I also started in the Brazilian market before the license came there. And let me tell you that I was promoting a lot of casinos in Brazil before the license came. I had a lot of pretty good deals. I was making quite a lot of money from the Brazilian market. And after the license, I had to remove maybe 75% of the casinos I was promoting. The casinos that I was still promoting, the deals were like cut in half. The conversion rate, because there was so much more KYC that had to be done from the players to sign up to the casino, so the conversion rate went super low. So yeah, I lost a lot of my revenue from these markets. So yeah, so these markets open up a huge black market as well. Sweden is a good example. When the license there came, all of these other casinos kind of just swarmed the markets because they knew that there was a demand for casinos that didn't have a license. So you can even see the search volumes for these keywords in Sweden, in the UK, in probably in the US, also like in Canada, like offshore online casinos, casinos without license. Like, people are searching for this because they want to find these casinos because they can deposit more money, they can get higher bonuses and stuff. But on the flip side, promoting regulated casinos can give you a better attention. So there's a lot of things in the plus column, there's some things in the minus column. And like I mentioned before, everything comes down to what you feel like you want to do. My experience is that what I've seen from affiliates, the affiliates that are making the most money is the affiliates that are promoting unregulated casinos. And this is not my advice. This is just something that I kind of just realized. So yeah, let me show you what I did here that might make it a bit more clear to you guys. I made it like this. So up here, we have the different markets, like these 3 markets. You have the market with a local license, which is a regulated market. For example, UK, Brazil, Sweden, easy examples. Canada is also kind of here because they have a state license. US only has state licenses, so there basically is a regulated market. There's a lot of other markets that has local licenses. I'm just using these as examples. You have unregulated markets. I think a good example of this could be maybe the rest of Canada, maybe New Zealand, maybe Netherlands. There's a lot of them as well. And then you have the illegal markets, where basically the government has come and said online casino is not legal in this country. And a good example of this could be France, it could be Australia, it could be most of Southeast Asia. So you have basically these 3 categories. And here we have the casinos. So we have casinos with a local license. Let me find an example. For example, Bet365, they have local license in many countries. For example, in Sweden and whatever, everything it can be. And then you have the licensed casinos, but not like a local license. Usually they have a Curacao license or an MGA license. A good example of this could be maybe a lot of the like Play Armor brands. Maybe Stake is a good example. I think you have One Win. You have seen all of these casinos that are operating basically worldwide. And what they're doing, so local licensed casinos, they can only operate in the local licensed markets, the regulated markets, like this. And the licensed casinos are usually operating in licensed markets and sometimes in these regulated markets like this. They kind of just swoop in because the risk of them getting caught is so low anyway. So they're like doing these 2 like this. And then you have the casinos with fake license. I'm not even going to mention any names, but there are a lot of them. One really big like telltale sign that it is a fake casino is that they're offering like 400% welcome bonus, like 500%, like crazy bonuses. And they usually also look pretty ugly, and they don't have any like badges and stuff like that. Usually you can also search for a casino to see if it's a legit one or not. You can find them in many places. I feel that Guard Dog is one place where you can see if a casino is licensed or not. And usually they're operating in the legal markets mostly. And they're also operating in unregulated market, and they're also operating in these markets. So they are basically all over the place. like this. So maybe I hope this illustration made it a bit more clear. And like I mentioned again, all of these terms, I'm not a lawyer because I dropped out after like 3 years. So if I said anything that is not, correct in terms of the law, I apologize for that. But yeah, this is the best I could do in order to explain it as clear as possible. But yeah, if you have any questions on this video, obviously I maybe scraped the subject a bit. Yeah, feel free to let me know. Maybe you can also experiment with this to try it out yourself. Maybe you create a website with a local license and in one of these countries where you only promote these super regulated casinos, or you create another website where you promote more of the Curacao casinos. So yeah, everything here is up for experimentation, and that is what is making this so much fun. Yeah. Let me know if you have any questions, and also check out my community. You can find a link in the description if you want to hang out with other casino affiliate marketers. Yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Have an amazing day. Bye bye.